Hi there, warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Meghna Deka. Joining me, Poonam Brude.
And on this broadcast, we're going to tell you about a serial killer that's on the loose in Bengaluru. In the last 1 year, it has claimed 6 lives in the IT city in full public view. And yet, there's absolutely no action against the culprit, even as victims continue to fall prey. The killers are the ominous potholes.
In fact, just days after, 44-year-old Supreet succumbed to his injuries he sustained after a motorcycle accident while he was trying to skid off and avoid a pothole, there is yet another video which has now come to light where a lady narrowly escaped serious injuries.
Now, in the sequence that is caught on a dash cam, a woman can be seen riding a scooter as she skids and falls on the road as the vehicle moves over a pothole. As she falls, her head bounces off the concrete road, which could have been deadly. Fortunately for her, she was wearing a helmet and hence no major injuries were reported. But what's shocking, or perhaps more of a norm now in Bengaluru, is after the outrage, BBMP has swung into action, swiftly filling in those potholes, not with tar but with sand. Times Now spoke to Rijit, the man on whose dash cam that incident was captured. Listen in.
It was a usual day for me to office, like I was doing a ramp up, climbing a ramp up, and suddenly I saw a lady just skidded and fallen down. Instantly I realized there was a pothole, and because of that she has fallen down. So I immediately rushed to the spot, so I switched off my car, so dash cam also stopped there. I believe that there was no fracture, but she was badly bruised and it was pretty bad fall. So it felt pretty bad to see a person falling not because of his fault, right, and because of the infrastructure issues, right? So it's like, it's not her fault, nothing of her fault. She was just going in a road. She believed that the roads are good, but the roads are bad, and not because of her fault she has fallen down. I'm not sure who is going to be responsible, who can take responsibility for this, right?
The dash cam footage that shows the accident where a woman lost control of her bike, falls off, was the car that was behind, which had the dash cam, fortunately stopped just in time, or else there would have been yet another tragedy that would have unfolded in Bengaluru, and that would due to a pothole. I'm standing right now on the flyover leading to Kyarpuram from Kalyan Nagar. Now this is the exact spot where the accident took place. Right now you can see all that they've done is yet another shoddy patchwork, and there is no asphalt. There is just some gravel and mud that has been used to cover it, and probably it has been done very recently. There's all the mud has almost come off at this point in time, and probably if it's not asphalted in the next 24 hours, you'll see the pothole once again revived in this road. And this is a flyover, mind you, and across this stretch of the flyover there are multiple such potholes.
This stretch has been little disturbed all throughout. Initially there was a white topping done, and now the white topping is being broken and metro is being constructed. So, and there are potholes all through. So I hope they fix all these things and potholes, so it is at least a safe way to drive or safe way to reach work.
Despite several reminders to the officials, despite several such incidents that are coming to the fore, lives that are lost, but on the ground the reality is pretty abysmal.
Now remember, this pothole is on a flyover where even a vehicle comes at a moderate speed, it is difficult to control when there is a pothole. But even on normal roads, a vehicle suddenly tripping could mean fatal consequences.
Which is why now there is a self-help solution like the one that you see on your screens. A ditch surrounded by flower pots to guard against such kind of accidents.
We are just off Millers Road heading towards Chalokya Circle in Bengaluru, and here you can see right opposite the BWSSB office a huge crater of sort that has come up, and it's not very clear what's the reason for this, but you can see what it has led to is a huge traffic pile-up, because pots have been put up to ensure that the commuters don't really move on to this particular stretch, which could lead to, of course, hazardous consequences. And almost half of the road has been used up, which is funneling traffic to one side and causing a lot of inconvenience. We've seen a lot of pothole menace in Bengaluru. Now, what's the reason for this and what is the excuse the officials are going to give is something that's going to be interesting to note.
Meanwhile, the BBMP has a monthly outlay of over 10,000 crore rupees. What then explains the lack of maintenance facilities? Here's what the BBMP Commissioner has to say.
ಗುಂಡಿಗಳಿಂದ ತಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದಿರಿ ಸಾವು ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ತನಿಖೆ ನಡೆದ ನಂತರ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಆದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಗುಂಡಿಯಿಂದ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಕೆಲವು ಘಟನೆಗಳು ಆಗಿವೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ FIR ಲಾಂಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ FIRನಲ್ಲಿ ತನಿಖೆ ನಡೀತಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಈ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನಾವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅಸೂಕ್ತ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ತನಿಖೆ ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ.
Mohan, Krishna, spokesperson of the BJP, joins us on this broadcast. Saurabh Kumar, director of Pothole Raja as well. But we're also taking your calls live here on this broadcast, and the numbers are flashing at the bottom of your screens. Our first caller now calling in from Bengaluru. Parmesh, yes sir, go ahead.
See, I think there are in Indiranagar and Underpit Road, which is undergoing white topping for almost 1 year now. They have done half the work and half they left it yesterday. And yesterday, while I was coming, there were a lot of jellies, and I had to fall down because of these people's inferiority workings and other things. They don't keep everything on par with other things. So it becomes a nasty thing. And even if today it was raining heavily, and we are unable to find where the potholes are.
Oh my God, yes, that does seem like an urban death trap, and that has been the problem. It's not just one incident. Our viewers too are calling in and saying they too have fallen into such potholes. Another one of our viewers is calling us, Sanju from Bengaluru as well. Go ahead, Sanju.
Madam, see, the real problem is, I'll tell you, there is no understanding between the government and the local corporators and local people who are in charge. Okay, because the reason is, it's very simple. The government of Karnataka should take over tarring of all the roads. They shouldn't allow with maybe 10,000, even 20,000 crores are allotted also, the roads are going to be the same. Because what has happened, it is an apathy. Really, I'm telling you, it's only with the officials. The officials, BBMP officials are not bothered. Because only one of them gets killed, then they will wake up. Because they don't care for, the normal, people who are commuters who are going around,
Absolutely. Unfortunately, lives of common people just ends up becoming a statistic for the ruling class. And Kumar from Bengaluru is also with us on this broadcast. Yes, Kumar, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello, madam. Can I speak to Kannada? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Kumar, can you hear us? We can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
I talk Kannada, madam. I'm not English. Hello?
Okay, I think we couldn't really get what you are saying, but these are the voices which are coming in again and again. Let me go across to Mohan, Krishna of the BJP. Mohan, Krishna, you heard the voices coming in. First accusation that there is graft, there is corruption, there's a complete apathy, and let's not forget that there have been no BBMP corporators elected after the terms ended in 2020. What's happening?
Meghna, irrespective of whether the corporators are there or not, it's the duty of the BBMP to get the potholes repaired. As we have participated with Pothole Raja, Saurabh Kumar many a times, now the BBMP has developed an app which they are going to release sometime in next week for the citizens, and he also knows that very well. That app is going to give a clear picture to the BBMP where all the potholes are going to be. As shown by Deepak Bopanna, sorry, it's not a shoddy one.
Mr. Mohan, Krishna, I asked you a direct question, something that our viewers had asked. Is this the result of apathy? Good, now you have an app, but why aren't these roads fixed? How can you let people of your own state die like this? People who probably voted you to power.
I have to correct, Meghna, your statement first. It is not 10,000 crores per month. It is 10,000 crores per annum is the outlay of BBMP.
Okay.
It is not 10,000 crores per month. Sorry.
Okay, we'll get that fixed.
Second thing, there is problem. In last 2-3 years, we have not made the roads. Whole roads. Okay. Now, Chief Minister is also calling for a meeting with the BBMP Commissioner. They are planning to have a complete overall of the Bangalore city roads in such a way that no this kind of untoward incidents will happen. I think Saurabh Kumar has got the message of this, and this has been already we discussed with the BBMP Commissioner also.
Right, and which is why I want to ask Saurabh Kumar as well, that is he happy with the kind of steps that the government has taken? The BJP says we're doing enough. Do you think so?
Again, I'll start with the statement that this is really unfortunate that we are hearing about another accident. I'm glad that no serious injury happened to the lady, but yeah, I believe that this application, mobile application, I really want this to work well this time. There has been multiple iterations in the past as well. I strongly, believe, because that's the way we have been working in the past, wherein people report potholes to us and then we address it by the funds that we are able to raise from our side. This has to end, I think, somewhere, and we are there. As if sir, Mr. Mohan, if you really need our input somewhere, if we can help in making the system better, we'll be more than happy. We have been working with the citizen group in identification and also fixing the potholes as well. It's a fairly simple process, and all we need is to establish that trust which is getting lost because of multiple accidents.
Absolutely.
As I have mentioned in the past as well, we have to now get into action mode, rather than more discussion, and that's the only way wherein we can change the dynamics of the city Bangalore, which is currently, in the past it was always known as the Garden City, which unfortunately is now, named as the Pothole City of the country. So we have to work really hard to change the way the narrative has happened in the past few years.
Well, we really appreciate the kind of initiative that you and your group have taken, Saurabh, but you're absolutely right. It's time to end these discussions and to actually act. Let me go across to some of our other viewers, all of them calling in from Bengaluru. Raghavendra, go ahead.
Thank you all. I have been a victim of this pothole, and my son also recently have been a victim. I was hurt. I was also hurt. My son was hurt, and the vehicle was totally damaged. Okay. It was a negligence of. I tell you what has happened. The new road was laid. Immediately after a span of 15 to 20 days, the Airtel started digging the road. I do not know who has given the permission. Again, after that, they patched up. Then again, after that, Bescom started laying the cable. Then now, our metro has started digging it. I could have sent you the photos of the road. Today, by God's grace, today, I was saved by, I do not know, I was totally saved today also. And I don't think, who is giving the permission? I know BBMP is not taking action against the person. And now today, just now what I saw, they are digging the same road for BWSSB.
Right. So multiple agencies digging up that same road, leaving it in shambles, and like that viewer of ours said, that by God's grace he was saved, and that's really what the people of Bengaluru have been left to God, really, because it doesn't look like the civic body there and the ruling party is doing much to save them. But on that note, I thank our viewers for calling in and our two panelists for joining us here on this broadcast. We're slipping into a quick break, but we'll be back in just 2 minutes.